Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with match number 3 with our Mirage Flashback drafts. We're in the finals here in our draft pod. Keeble hand, we have Python, we have Bloodrock Cyclops. So a lot of times all it needs is just those creatures that outclass your opponent's creatures. If they're going to be dropping a 3-3 on turn 4, then we have a pretty good ability to out aggro here. So anyway, I'm going to keep this. The Boiling Blood, we'll see if it actually ends up being a decent card or not, as we can make something attack into the Bloodrock Cyclops and then swing back on our turn. So if we get to go up against a black deck, the first deck that is not red, and I seem to have tons of red cards though, so I don't know if I just went up against the other two red players or if red was overdrafted and I was able to get the better cards, or I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we'll focus on the game here. Go ahead and just drop a Swamp. That's a nice card with the Fallen Ascari. And yeah, we have a great little curve here. So there is a Skulking Ghost. When it comes to the target spell or effect, it dies. So that's gonna be very good for the Boiling Blood. And we're gonna be able to keep up with him with a 2/2 of our own on turn number 2. So depending on how I want to utilize, I think that I still just cast the Python next turn, or the Bloodrock Cyclops, and not worry about taking this damage. I can kill the Skulking Ghost whenever, so Boiling Blood doesn't need to happen this turn. Alright, so there's a Rock Hatchling. That would have been nice on turn number 1. But let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and attack in. And we'll go ahead and throw out the Cyclops. So the aggression is starting early. This guy can block, but he cannot be a target spell or effect. Plus, he can't really... Yeah, he can't really block either one of these. So I think I'm going to try to bait him into keeping the Skulking Ghost untapped. And then we can Boiling Blood it with and then the untap to block the Python. Then we can Boiling Blood. But 3/4. Oh joy. Yeah. Well, that perfectly shuts down my 3/3 on turn 3. He's able to get a 3/4 on turn 4. Womp womp. All right. So hopefully we can draw into a Funeral Charm or something that can kill the Igneous Golem. But this turn I can drop both a Python and a Rock Hatchling, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and attack with both. He's going to block the Bloodrock. I could actually see him blocking the Fallen Ascari here. Nope, he's not going to. So he's going to take 2. He's going to go down to a 16. Yeah, I just may need to kill off the Skulking Ghost. Now, I still think that is progressing my board. At this point, I don't think progressing my board. I need to draw into something. So I'm going to go ahead and Rock Hatchling. And we'll use the Boiling Blood on the Skulking Ghost. But we don't get a draw card. Because it fizzles? Because he has to sack it? Yeah. Alright, so I don't get a draw card, but at least I get to kill it. So, anyway, he's going to be able to attack him with this 3/4. He's staying ahead on the aggression. Rock Hatchling is going to give me a little bit of a evasive damage if I can get 4 more turns. So I can guarantee at least 3 damage flying, hopefully, unless he can put out something else. But I'm going to be taking 3 here. I'm okay with trading at the moment, damage for damage. Yeah, because Urborg Panther can swing back into me, which is fine. And he's just going to sack the Mind Stone, draw a card. So we need to avoid drawing those mountains. But he's only net up 1 damage right now. By attacking in with the golem. Here's the python. Again, I got a lot of hasty things in here. So if it turns into a shootout, I might be able to be on the winning side. Other than I did get land flooded. It appears he got pretty land flooded as well. He's going to go with Ur Panther, so I got to think he's got something that can block the python. I'm going to go ahead and take this damage, though. It gives me more information if he casts something here. And it's the Gravebane Zombie and a Barrow-Ghoul, which he does have something to exile with the Barrow-Ghoul. So that kind of shuts me down. Drawing into another land was brutal here. I don't think I'm going to get this. He wants another creature in his graveyard for the ghoul. I think I have to block the rock hatchling here. I'm not going to put a creature in his graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and Gravebane Zombie. Kill his Gravebane Zombie with... Yeah, and we have to... The rock, unfortunately, is going to have to get thrown in front of the... 4, 5, 6, in front of the 4/4. So here and here. That way he's going to have to sacrifice his Barrow-Ghoul. I'm going to go down to a 3. And I really need some help. Well, there is some help with Mr. Mayor. So attacking with the Fallen Ascari. I'm just going to keep the Mayor, of course, back to block. If he's got any sort of counterspell, this is just game. But the ghoul is going to die. He can cast a Gravebane Zombie, but he can't really attack in. The problem with me, though, is I need to get a blocker here. He's going to attack in. I'm, of course, going to block. Oh, wait a second. He can destroy a creature blocking it. I didn't even read what the Urborg Panther does, but I mean, at this point, I can't take any more damage, and he can go ahead and just cast that Gravebane, and then I die because I won't be able to kill both of them. Yeah, so that might not have been the right move, but I draw a swamp anyway. We got way too land flooded. So, sideboard wise, do I need a Stone Rain? I don't think I need to go the route of... I mean, we might be trading a lot of stuff, so the Barrow-Ghoul might not be that bad. I don't think I change anything, though. This gets rid of a blue. We do have some target player reveals her hand for each blue instant card reveals way. Discards a card, pays 4 life. Does he have many of them? I'm not sure. I don't think we had any other thing that did anything to blue besides the Sirocco. Again, I don't know how many instances. It's just instant? Instant, yes. So in this format, I don't think it's going to be that relevant. So I'm just going to keep as is. Not going to go the land destruction route. Alright, yes, we'd like to play first. That could be the difference between the game here. This isn't... We do need hit into a black source. I'm going to keep it, though. We do have a way to draw a card. We have a Bloodrock Cyclops. And for a turn, that's perfect. I'd actually make him attack in with something he may not want to attack in with. He decides to keep his hand. It took him a while to deliberate about that, though. So We'll throw the mountain. And next turn we are going to draw into a swamp because, oh, he's a 3-color decker. He just switch on me. He could have just switched, which would be really weird. We do not draw that swamp, so we're off curve with the Fledgling Dijins. He definitely could be 3 colors, but yeah, it's really weird if he had enough for... Or is just a heavy artifact? Still okay, though, Bloodrock. If he casts a creature, I can actually make it attack into the Bloodrock. No, I'll have to attack him with Bloodrock, so that's not going to be a scenario that's going to happen. Alright, so... Wake of Vultures isn't the greatest card versus if we get a black. But unfortunately we do not. I'm going to just draw a card to try to hit that black. We're digging. And that's even worse. So, need double black for the Python. Once we do hit that black, we should be in good position, though. As we have a bunch of flyers, we can, and the flyer can block his Wake of Vultures. Thing is, he could ramp into that 3/4, and we just lose our Bloodrock Cyclops here. I hope that's not the scenario that ends up happening. Protection from black, 3/3 flying. Good versus me. Very good versus me. There's our swamp. So I'll attack in. And I guess we'll be racing here. The better card is just going to be the Fledgling Dijin. And we need to hit some of our bombs, either the 3/3 Phoenix or the Thundermare, to get us back into this game, though. Or if he's flooded, then we should be in good position. I could actually see him sacking this Mind Stone here. Should try to find another relevant card. Now that's going to be a great card versus me. It's going to allow him to have that blocker for the Restless Dead. If he attacks me with this, I can attack him with my Fledgling. He's just going to come in for 3. And the Fledgling Dijin is going to cost me 2 life per turn. Okay, it can't regenerate now, but he's got another flying 2/1. So Funeral Charm can kill off one of these. But I think it's still smart just to put out another 2/2 flyer. And try to race him, because we do have those hasters that can get in there for, again, that damage. And he's going to block the Fledgling Dijin. I'm definitely alright with that. Goes down to 11. I'm going to cast another one. Never creatures put in your graveyard, you may sacrifice it and return that creature to the battlefield. So you can get back his Wake of Vultures this turn, but I'll definitely make that attack. He's going to probably sack his Mind Stone. Yeah, so we're going to make this block. He'll return it with the Angelic Renewal. We're down to a 10. He still has Regenerate up, which I'm probably just going to kill this Restless Dead with a Funeral Charm, because we do need to get in some damage. I might need to, unless he taps this black. Ugh. Alright, so we need a relevant card. That is not a relevant card. Womp womp. Swamp Walk could become relevant with the Bloodrock Cyclops. I think we need his Funeral Charm off this Restless Dead. And I'm not sure I can even do damage next turn, enough damage to... He throws that in the way, though. Okay, so this... And he's going to pump it and then trade? I'm okay with that. No, because there's no way I can come back for 11. Well, I have to get my 3/3 Phoenix, is the only thing that can do it. And he's got another card with Mind Stone. Again, he just had a nice little evasive creature deck too, but the story of this is definitely the Flood both games. And then not... I mean, we've pretty much traded pretty equally. 4 for 4 cards, all about similar power level. But yeah, just the one extra land, the 2 extra land actually, or he has 5, yeah. So the 2 extra land and the later black is really why we're so far behind. He gets a Python of his own. A Dark Ritual can get us a Python, but then we can't block enough. So let's see where our Phoenix was. Delirium would have been nice too. It's one of those cards that could have tapped down, save us a turn, but it's way far down. So didn't get to see any of these Rock Hatchlings on first turn. That's kind of disappointing. So we end up second in the draft, which isn't bad. Kind of fun format, really clunky though. To be honest, I'd way rather just play like a Khans of Tarkir draft. As it's really picking like 3/3 hasters over 3/3 tramplers is not the most fun of a format, but it's kind of nice to see some of these older cards. And didn't get a Lion's Eye Diamond. What else is worth money in the format? I can't think of anything besides Lion's Eye Diamond. It's really worth a lot of tickets on MTGO. But nonetheless, fun little experience. This is Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.